welcome back to the Hyper Chef. Today we're going to do artichoke hearts 2 ways. This is 2 cans of artichoke hearts in the cans, not the one packed in oil, but the ones packed in brine, the briny salty water. I'm going to take them from the stem end, and I'm going to put them into a baking dish that I've already pre-sprayed with non-stick baking spray. That way that it's easier for cleanup afterwards. This is how fast this is. All you do, slice these up like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to top them, and then we're going to bake them until they're dry. What happens is they dry out and they crisp a little bit. Matter of fact, sometimes I even at the end, if they're not as crisp as I want them, I will put them under the broiler. Put the broiler on, but you have to stand there because it never fails. Whenever I do garlic bread or anything with the broiler, I always turn my head for 2 seconds and burn it. So just be careful. This is nice too because this part here is a do-ahead. You can do this a day in advance, a couple days in advance. I just wouldn't put the oil on top till the last minute. And then take it out of the refrigerator, pop it right in the oven. So you can do this the night before on a weeknight, come home from work, throw this in the oven, go about your business. In about a half an hour, you have Artichokes Oreganata. So there you go. As you can see, the pan is nice full. I like using the low-sided French white pan. Any kind of a deep baking dish works. So there, what do we do from there? We're gonna add some dried parsley. I break it up in my hands. I go like this. Just give a little bit of green on all of it. And then what do we do next? Then we're gonna add some grated cheese. And as anybody who's watched my channel before realizes, I always forget to bring something over. So let me grab the black pepper. All right, there comes the black pepper. Wouldn't be one of my episodes if I didn't forget to bring something over. I have it set for like a medium course. Tiny touch of salt, and I mean a tiny touch of salt, just like that, real quick. And then a little panko. Panko are the larger Japanese breadcrumbs. They give it just a little bit of texture. Just throw a little bit on top of each, like that. And all you do to finish it is you finish it with a little bit of olive oil, just a drizzle. So I'm gonna take the olive oil. I'm just gonna go like that. And that, as they say, is that. Now it'll go into an oven, 350 or 375 oven, and you're gonna leave it in there for about 35 minutes until you see it getting nice and brown, 35 minutes or so. And then you're gonna take it out and you can serve it room temperature or hot. We'll come back when it's out of the oven. Okay, welcome back to Artichokes 2 ways. I have another 2 cans of artichoke hearts that have been drained. And what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to cut them from the stem side down, go slow, and you will not lose that many leaves. Whatever leaves are left over, I leave in the bowl and I nibble them later. And you see how nice and solid these are? And what I'm going to do is we're going to make these Francese. This is fantastic as a vegetable for dinner, and it's fantastic on your antipasto table. They're grab and go, they're delicious, warm, but they're even just as good cold the next day. Many times after a Christmas Eve or a Palm Sunday or an Easter dinner, I will grab them out of the fridge and eat them that the next day or put them on a crusty roll. It's just absolutely delicious. What we do with these is we're going to flour them, and after we use the flour, we're going to use beaten egg, and we're going to fry them, and then we're going to serve them, and I usually serve them with lemon wedges because my family likes to squeeze lemon wedges on them. All right, so now they're all cut up, and what I'm going to do is I'm now going to roll them in flour and get them ready to give them a barrier before I fry them. So that's all you do. It's nice and simple. Flour, flip, and done. All right. And when I come back, I'll be ready to fry them. Okay, they're all covered in flour now. So all we're going to do is we're going to lightly coat them with egg, and we're going to put them in the chicken fryer where I put some vegetable oil. So drain off the excess, drop it right in. It's just starting to sizzle, which is how I want it. I'm going to turn the heat back a little bit. And this is going to cook very quickly. Once it starts to cook, they'll get golden brown. I will flip them. And once I flip them, we're going to take them out, and I'm going to use my handy dandy spider. As you know, I'm very fond of my Chinese cooking instruments. Pull out a lot of fried goods in one shot. Try to avoid getting this on the side of the pan. You end up scrubbing off egg forever. And then when they're done, we just let drain them, and we platter them with a lemon wedge. Okay, we're back. These have now been flipped and the second sides have cooked. As you can see, they're golden brown. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take them out. Like I said, my handy dandy spider, I can grab more than one at once. I have more to fry, otherwise I would be turning the heat off by now. You see, they're just a light golden brown. You don't want to overcook them. The oil gets dark. If you're making a lot of something, you have to change the oil. Otherwise, it imparts a taste upon them, which you don't want. And we're going to put them in here, and now I'm going to show you how we platter them. Okay, these have been patted dry. Now I'm going to arrange them on a platter. I always like to have a fun-looking platter for this. And what I'll do is I'll put them down. I'll give them another pat. Ooh, hot hands, hot hands. You know, in Italy, when you're making the manigotte, it's called manigotte because manigotte means you burned your hands. I find that's what many of the things I make, I'm always burning my hands. And they say it with manigotte because you're flipping the crepes. So here we go. Here are your fried artichoke hearts, served with lemon wedges to squeeze on top. And that is your artichoke hearts 2 ways. We'll come back when the artichoke hearts, the oreganata, are out of the oven to finish up. All right, see, now they're all done. They're all dried and they're ready to eat. So, as we like to say, mangia con buon gusto.